Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Petro here, Sergeant Surge, once again. And we find ourselves in a little bitty town called Horse Cave, Kentucky. If you see this right here, we are close to a big cave. And this is called Hidden River Cave. Look at Black Cat over there. You see that with no tail? You see that with no tail? Awesome. And this is where the American Cave Museum is. And we're gonna check out the American Cave Museum. And then we're gonna go in this cave here because, oh, there's another cat, there's two cats. Because they have the highest and longest suspension bridge under the ground in the world is in this cave below us. And we're right by Mammoth Cave, which is the biggest cave system in the world, over 500 miles. So all underneath us is all cave system, hollow ground, hollow earth. And there's two cats over here. That there it goes. Meow. Kitty, 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 kitty. Check it out, Chicky. Those lizards, the salamanders. Come on in. That's it? Yeah, I think so. Hello. This museum, the cave and everything?
Yeah.
We made it for the 4 o'clock tour?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Are we either going to be the only ones?
Yes.
Awesome.
He will.
Sick.
Looks like it so far. So just 2 adults?
Yes, ma'am. 2 kids.
2 kids. That'll be $50.
So has anybody been in here today?
Yes,
Yeah.
we have a few. Not too many. Would you like a copy of your receipt?
Do I need one? No. Thank you.
Yeah. Just sign that for me real fast. Put 3. Thank goodness. There you go. I'm not sure who you guys' tour guide's going to be just yet, but it's probably going to be Maddox.
Maddox?
He's a weird little ginger.
Wow.
But he's not very little. He's tall.
Gingers have souls.
Yeah. If you guys have any questions about anything, just let me know.
The museum?
Museum's down
Is that way?
on the left.
Okay. And the cave's just like right here?
It's right outside, yeah.
Right outside? And do you ever do any caving?
Yes,
Yeah?
absolutely.
For real?
Yeah.
We do a lot of caving too.
That's awesome.
But I didn't know there was an American Cave Museum until earlier today.
Yeah. We
We drove up from Tennessee to come check it out. So you do the rappelling and all that too? Yeah? Way to go.
sometimes.
Sometimes? That's sick. Okay, awesome. Cool spot. This is a cool spot to work at, especially
It is. It's really
if you're a caver. I hope y'all get a bunch more business. I guess right now is not the time, huh?
No, it's like this weird in between of spring break being over
And
then
summer.
summer's about to start.
So good for me though, so it's just me
Yeah.
and my son. Okay, thanks. Welcome to the American Cave Museum. which I did not even know existed. And of course, you're gonna see some Civil War stuff. Always. Whoa, look at all this. Oh, so sick. All these old cavers right here.
All the caving with the iron in
Yeah. Oh, dang, yeah. They have been a caving. Look, each one harnesses all of it.
This part really looks crazy.
Yeah. Oh, wow, the cage. Yeah, here's the cave, the hidden river. And it's right down there. Right here in the middle of the city. Like right in downtown. What the heck is that? That's a drill. Radioactive waste. Solid waste. Look at that. The prehistoric cave explorers. How different. Crystals and minerals. The saltpeter. War of 1812. Civil War. There's old ropes here. Boots. There's small boots. Small person. The history of Mammoth Cave. Look at that thing. Just completely massive.
Dang. Definitely get lost in there.
The world's longest cave.
Cave Wars.
The Cave Wars? What Cave Wars? Onyx Cave, Crystal Cave, Hidden River Cave. All the caves. Another map of Mammoth. The world's longest cave. Dang, there's formations in like each one. There's so many entrances. The cave entrance. Wow. Flying cavefish. Wow, I got some. Sick. Look at that. Wow. What a cool museum. I didn't even know this existed. right here, just in the middle of town, right back here, is a big, huge cave. And we're about to go on the cave tour. Side door.
Just go ahead and head down that staircase for me down there.
Look at that. Beautiful cave entrance. What's your name again, man? Max.
Max.
How's it going, Max?
Full name's Max, but yes.
Petra, it's my son, Skylar.
Gotcha.
You do a bit of caving yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Everyone on staff does.
Everyone on staff. So repelling the whole 9 yards, all of it.
Whole 9 yards.
How long have you been doing it for?
A little over a month.
A little over a month.
Yeah.
Wow, so you're new to it.
Yep.
Okay. I didn't even know it was a thing like 8 or 9 months ago. And man, I've just really jumped right into it. And it's so fun.
It is awesome.
Wow, look at this. You can already feel the coolness coming out of this cave. And we get the private tour with Max here.
A prehistoric dome room. Now it's a sinkhole now, of course, because around whenever Kentucky was still an ocean, it all caved in and eroded. We're pretty much standing on the roof of that now. All the rocks you see down here are from that roof formerly. Now, around 1888, Dr. Thomas, he moved into this house just above the dome here. And he bought it for about $375, the house and the cave. And in today's economy, that's only about $12,000, so still a really good deal for how much money he ended up making out of it.
Wow.
He'd have people come down, maybe pay 8-10 cents per pail of water, and the town pretty much grew around this cave. Now, that wasn't the most effective way to do things, so eventually they set up the hydroelectric system down here, and that got water up to the surface pretty much immediately. That pipe you see coming down in the middle there, that was his own personal water pipe, so he got water completely for free, as well as electricity. Before we go in, I'm just going to let you guys know that you really need to use those handrails pretty much all the way throughout. It's wet. It's a
Okay.
little dark in some spots. Just don't want anybody to trip.
Now, I saw online that this has like the highest or longest like suspension bridge underground
Yes.
in the
we will
world.
cross that. We will cross that, yep.
Okay, so that's actually pretty sick. I didn't even know this place existed before this morning. And I was like, cave museum? I was like, right here. So, okay, lead the way, Max. Let's check this out.
Where are you guys coming from?
From Franklin, Tennessee.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah, we got a bunch of caves down in Tennessee too. And man, we've really been going into them a lot. This is actually right now, I will be entering my 27th cave in the past 8 months.
Wow. It's really cool here, man. We do have an off trail where you guys can actually get the caving experience. This is pretty much a public tour where you just go back and get to see all the
How much
domes.
is that?
I'm not exactly sure how much that is yet because I have not led them. I don't know much about them, but I can ask whenever we get back up.
Okay.
For sure.
Sick. I'll come back and do that for sure. Hear that?
You get muddy, you get to go through a bunch of water. There's a lot of cool stuff on that other side of the cave. So this is what's known as the karst window, right? We're sitting
Yeah.
into the side of it here. It goes left and it goes right. The left is where we take the off trails. Right will be our tour for the day.
Look at that muddy kayak right there.
That belongs to a WKU professor. She does some research down here. Whenever the water levels are a little higher, she'll go down to that left side and she'll monitor things like pollutants, water levels, mineral content, things like that.
What a cool job. And that is the doctor's kayak. And look at that cave mouth right there. Yeehaw. Okay, this one is pretty big. How big is it? How long?
So from here to the other side of the cave, the right side of the cave, that's about half a mile, but we do have 12.5 miles charted out, surveyed, explored. Now we are still working on exploring as much as we can. We have an estimated 50 miles of connection that we still have not been into.
That's so sick.
Absolutely, and we're still exploring that actively. Everyone on staff is.
And this is right here in the middle of town too.
Absolutely, and it's a pretty unique circumstance because there's a lot of caves, especially in the south, but it's very rare to see towns built around
Built
them.
around one.
Yeah,
But I guess for the water source
Yes.
and all that.
very clean groundwater, which they absolutely destroyed. But I'll tell you a little bit about that later. So here's a good place to talk about a very ongoing issue that we still have with the cave, and that's how much we flood. So we flood about 15 to 20 times per year. One of our highest floods from that river down there all the way up to a point like this. This was 2019 in February. So that's pretty much waist level right here.
Good
Our highest
Lord.
flood,
Not even the highest flood.
Now, our highest flood was in 2021. That little
What?
orange marker to the left of that rock there. So way over our heads here. And we still had to lead these tours because we have to keep the business afloat as well as keep funding those conservation projects that we're working on. And so it was pretty much just an hour and 15 minutes of basically standing over a pond and telling you what was below it.
Whoa. That's incredible to think about because the size of this opening is unreal.
Hydro pump, and down here was the underground water main. Now, they had a dam further down to keep water flowing on this side of the cave. This pipe here went to the city. They paid him $8.80 per month just to keep the fire hydrants working. Kind of a rare use of water, but eventually this was used for the entire town. This is pretty much what exploded the growth of Horse Cave.
Because this was used for the entire town. That's pretty incredible.
Absolutely, and we were one of the most densely populated towns in the U.S. in the early 1900s. But around 1930, everything pretty much changed whenever they started polluting it. They tried to give the water a little bit of flavor, so they were dumping pure sewage down here. They were dumping, creameries were dumping curdled milk, old eggs, sugar. Tech companies were dumping chrome down here.
And it
People
ruined the water.
Yes, absolutely ruined it. And people continued drinking that for 20 years after the fact. It was really heavily polluted. So
What about right now?
I'll get to that. It's a pretty huge transformation story. So typhoid fever outbreaks, a lot of people died, right? So what are they going to do with the bodies? Of course, they threw them down here on top of all of this pollution.
What? They threw bodies down here. When was this? In
This
the
was-
30s?
Yeah, pretty much the 30s all the way up to like the 80s.
To the 80s, they were
They weren't
throwing
throwing
bodies.
bodies down here in the 80s.
Okay.
But that kind of 1930 from like 1940 era, they were throwing bodies down here. Now, the smell was so bad from all this pollution that it could be smelled from nearly 2 miles away from the cave. They tried to build walls to block it. It didn't work, of course. So our organization, in 1986, the ACCA, we came along. We cleaned up here to about 2006. And now this is some of the cleanest groundwater in a cave, as well as one of the most biodiverse caves. So we have
Okay,
over,
great. Awesome.
yes, 110 species down here. We have a lot of
110 species. Wow. What are those steps right there?
These were the original stairs
Oh, I
where
see.
people came down to get that water, as well as where the first tours were held.
So that's where, way back in the day, everybody would have came down these muddy steps.
Absolutely. They were a little bit more cleaned up
Yeah.
back then, but still very unstable. We had to put these in because, of course, OSHA didn't like that.
So this cave's claimed bodies. It's got bodies. It's got a body count.
It does, yeah.
Wow. You hear that? That's
Rumored to be
insane.
haunted.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know if I believe in any of the haunted stuff, but they always say a lot of these caves are haunted. I like all the Native American history in caves and what they were doing in them.
That's
I'm
what-
sure this one was probably used too.
It may have been, but
May have been.
actually we don't have any evidence placing that because, of course, any cave drawings or etchings would have gotten washed away in the flood.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, I see.
And any projectile points like arrowheads, spear points, things like that could have easily been washed down with the flood, so we can't really place Native Americans down here. But I'm more than sure that they did come down here.
Yeah.
Watch your heads here.
This is a sick job you got here, man.
Oh, it's a dream job, man. Seriously. So many opportunities have opened up since I've been here.
You go. Yeah, I should have brought a flashlight, headlamp. You go to school or something?
I just have a high school diploma. I didn't go to college.
You haven't gone to. But this is man. This is going to open you up to a lot of stuff.
Absolutely, and we have field and karst programs, which are basically degrees that you can get just doing the job. You don't have to actually do any schooling for it.
Holy crap. Look at the size of this room.
Pictures of us in there, but much like every other business in this town, they ran out. And now we have businesses coming and going pretty much on a few months basis. So it sucks that nobody can stay in business around here. I think we may be the longest standing business.
Yeah, I saw all the across the street. Only the tire shop was open,
Yes.
or had a business in it.
Yes. Not many places out here. And then of course you have the train tracks running right through here. There's a lot of history behind these. So,
Whoa, that's so cool.
while we're down here, you may hear a low rumble, maybe even a train horn. Now nothing's gonna fall from the ceiling.
Sick. Okay.
This here is the world's longest underground suspension bridge. This rack's in at over 95 feet long. You got 100,000 pounds that can support here. It took about 18 people alone to carry in this beam right here. This was with pure muscle and pulleys. We've never had heavy machinery back here. And we've never excavated any part of this cave except for the walkways in the bridge. This cement slab goes back about 15 feet. Now this is a very stable bridge, a little over-engineered actually.
And this is the highest and longest suspension bridge underground in the world.
The longest underground for sure, I'm not sure about the highest.
The longest underground for sure. Okay, let's do it. This is fun.
Watch this little step here, it's very slippery.
Okay, watch that step there. Wait, Skylar, come back a little bit closer. What? This is crazy. Dang. Okay, it is all wobbly, and as you're walking across, man, this is so sick. I know I don't have much light, but man, if you can see down there, I mean, this is, and you're underground doing this, and you feel it bouncing as you're going. Awesome. I actually asked on the phone and she said you didn't have to, but she said people do. And that, what's that? This cave is insanely huge. Insane. It goes. For sure. Man, there's pipes all over. Look at the size of that dome. Yes.
That changed pretty much mid-1900s. There was a naming contest. Hidden River Cave came out on top, and it's been that ever since.
Yeah, that's pretty big.
Now wait till you see sunset.
Yeah, it does look like Jupiter. I can brighten that up. Dang, look at all that breakdown. So quiet. It does look like Jupiter.
Test out that. The acoustics of
America! Fuck yeah! Damn, you hear that?
a good 10-second echo.
Hello! Dang.
How does it sound with music playing?
It's crazy.
Oh, I
Personally,
bet
I
it
haven't been
does.
down here for it, but and you can only imagine if that sounds like that.
Andy, you goonie! I learned how to do that like a month ago on YouTube. I haven't wanted to do that my whole life. YouTube taught me how to do it.
That's to the left side of the cave as we were coming down that I was talking about. And that goes back, maybe we'll do about 3 to 5 hour tours, but there's a lot of different pathways down there that we don't take the public on, mainly because there are sections of the cave that are super hard to get to, like Sentinel Dome. We've done that before. That's about a 16-hour trip right there. So.
Ooh, 16-hour trip. So they do actual caving trips in here.
Absolutely.
So we'll come back for that really soon.
On tours like that, but
No, not the 16-hour one.
no. For the public, it's about 3 to 4 hours, but as the staff, we do go back pretty far.
That dome behind me, he said, is the second largest commercial dome in a cave in the continental United States, and it is huge. That's the biggest room I've been in underground. Okay, we're going back across the longest suspension bridge in the world, in Earth, and this is actually pretty awesome to do, to even think that this is what I'm doing right now underneath Earth. That is so crazy. And it's wobbly and all bouncy. It's like bouncing right now. That is so crazy. Ah, that is sick. Yeehaw. That is a fun one right there. Woo. Yeah. Okay, we're coming out of the cave. And what was the name of this cave again? Hidden River Cave in Horse Cave, Kentucky. You can see the big cave mouth up there as we make our ascent up. And man, that was pretty sick.